I am Lena Headey, and I play Cersei Lannister. When we meet Cersei, we get to know her relationship with both her brothers. One of them is her lover. The other one is someone she respects very much, but hates. Strangely, I think her relationship with Jaime is less complicated than her relationship with Tyrion, because she does have enormous respect for him, begrudging respect, and also hates him, blames him for the loss of her mother. There's the scene where Jaime and Cersei are playing hide the sausage, and Bran climbs the tower and he sees them. And Jaime pushes the small child, who is a Stark, out of the window, thinking he'll push him to his death.
The things I do for love.
And then it all goes a little bit tits up.
Daenerys Targaryen has chosen Tyrion to be her hand. Our little brother. The one you love so much. The one you set free. The one who murdered our father and our firstborn son. Now he stands beside our enemies and gives them counsel.
The fact that Tyrion's now with Dany drives her insane. She can't bear that he's alive.
We need allies. Stronger, better allies. We can't win this war alone.
She's going to use Euron because he has a strong navy, but it's news to Jaime. It's another thing she hasn't discussed with him. So he's like, who is this woman?
I just saw the Dothraki fight. They'll beat any army I've ever seen. Killing our men wasn't war for them, it was sport. Her dragon burnt 1,000 wagons. Kyber and Scorpion fired bolts bigger than you. They couldn't stop it, and she has 3 of them. This isn't a war we can win.
Cersei is furious that he wouldn't believe in her. It's like another sort of broken rung in their ladder, their relationship.
I've come to believe that an accommodation with the Dragon Queen could be in our immediate interest.
At this point, she's pregnant with Jaime's child. She's kind of back in love and wants this to work. And then at the end, she says, but never betray me again. As much as she loves Jaime, there's now an element of distrust, which there hasn't been. She does come to see that a meeting is the way forward. And also, it gives her the opportunity to try and fuck everyone over. So she's quite happy about that. We're all sitting waiting for Dany to arrive, and these dragons start circling, and everyone stands up and is in awe, and Cersei just doesn't move from her seat. And it's just part of a power play, you know. She's like, I'll remain unimpressed. And then Dany arrives, and she's beautiful, and she's late. And those two things drive Cersei insane. Then she meets the White and is terrified, but even then thinks, so, the undead, you know, and has a, plan in her pocket with Euron, so she chooses to lie, send everybody north, hoping they'll be murdered, and she'll take what's left.
When the fighting in the north is over, someone wins. You understand that, don't you? If the dead win, they march south and kill us all. If the living win, and we've betrayed them, they march south and kill us all.
One of the saddest moments for Cersei and Jaime is his moral center becomes really strong, and I think the influence of Brienne on him is more powerful than Cersei at this moment, and he thinks she's become a monster.
I pledged to ride north. I intend to honor that pledge.
She pushes him away, and she doesn't think he'll ever leave her, really, and he does. He leaves.
Are you going to order him to kill me? I'm the only one you have left. Our children are gone. Our father is gone. It's just me and you now.
There's one more yet to come.
He walks out, and again, she's unable to sort of say, please don't leave me. I love you. She can't say those words to him. And so she loses him. She loses the one person that has always stood by her side, no matter how monstrous she's behaved. And he's gone.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. So we got a new Cersei Game of Thrones Season 8 promo to break down. I love some of the stuff she says in this. I tried to cut it down to the really important stuff, particularly the stuff that informs where she's at the beginning of Season 8, because there are a couple really important things for her characters. namely her family, her relationship with Tyrion and Jaime, even though it's completely broken at this point because Jaime's finally left her, but also the ticking time bomb that is her baby, which is probably one of the greatest threats in season 8 next to like the actual threat of the Night King. Like there are metaphorical threats and then there are real threats. The Night King is a real threat. The baby is more of a metaphorical threat because of what will happen when things go badly with the baby. So we got to break it down. There's a new round of that Song of Ice and Fire book giveaway going on too. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. So first things first, at the beginning of the video, she talks about her relationship with Tyrion. I love that she says that it's more complicated than her relationship with Jaime. Her relationship with Jaime just sounds complicated, like if you tried to explain to someone, well, they're brother and sister, but they've been hiding it their whole lives, they're actually in love with each other. The important thing about her relationship with Tyrion is that she still feels like he's family. She just resents him or has resented him her whole life, mostly because of the loss of her mother, and that becomes a recurring theme between the two of them, and it's why she gets so pissed off with him during season 2, because he sends away Myrcella, the other woman in her life that she blames Tyrion for the loss of, although she also later blames Jaime for not being able to protect Myrcella. But even though as Lena Headey wonderfully talks about it, like you just have to love Lena Headey as a person, the way she talks about Cersei, like so nonchalant about some of the craziest moments in her character's history. She talks about how Cersei felt like the only choice left for her at the beginning of season 7 or the end of season 6 was to take the Iron Throne because that was the only thing left in her life until this new baby came along, because she saw that as an opportunity to completely fix everything. Like, oh, I can make this fantasy of a little family unit that I've been wanting my whole life a real thing again. Jaime lied to me, I don't trust him. Doesn't matter. This new baby will fix all of our problems. And I love her interpretation of Cersei's actions at the end of season 7, beginning of season 8, where she says she's using this baby as an excuse to completely screw everyone over because of what she thinks that it means for her future. We can be a family again. But then you have the other side of this, Jaime, who's completely found his moral center. Thank you very much, Brienne, who's finally making good decisions, calls her on her bullshit, and then tries to leave, and she just can't handle, like her brain starts to melt slowly. So per Lena Headey's explanation, the way she interprets this moment, I don't think that Cersei would have ever actually ordered the Mountain to kill Jaime. It's just that she's so surprised because she never thought that he would have left her. So if you're not a big book reader, during Feast for Crows, which they kind of largely did during season 4, beginning of season 5 with the Fate Militant plot, she slowly starts to lose her mind. And even though that's been happening on the TV show, it's been a little more subtle on screen than it is in the books. Like she really does start to go genuinely crazy. So I think what the TV show has done is they just stretch that out so that she'll finally lose her mind when the ticking time bomb that is the baby either becomes stillborn or she loses it or something terrible happens and Qyburn has to explain to her that she's not going to have this wonderful bundle of joy that she thought was going to fix all of her problems. And that's it. Like the last lingering threat of her sanity goes away and she goes full on mad queen, threatening everyone. Now, even though right now she's completely screwed everyone over, there are still a few people that are loyal to her in the kingdom, a few houses. She's still trying to actually be queen. She's got the alliance with Euron. She's got the Golden Company on the way. She's still somewhat trying to prepare for what might come south, whether it be Jon Snow and Daenerys if they win, or the Night King and the White Walkers if they wind up winning. But in the way that Game of Thrones, the TV show, and A Song of Ice and Fire and George R. R. Martin's books like to repeat really big events, you wind up with a situation similar to the end of Robert's Rebellion with the Mad King saying burn them all and threatening everyone, even the people that he's supposed to be protecting inside the walls of King's Landing. So as of right now, Cersei's power move is still using a lot of wildfire, even though I think most of it was burnt up when she blew up the Great Sept. The show could always just magic some up, like, oh surprise, we found a bunch left over. The real threat when they come down to King's Landing, like there's a big battle happening up at Winterfell, so I think we do all believe that Jon Snow, Daenerys, Tyrion, Jaime, they will all make it back to King's Landing at some point, and there will be some final confrontation with Cersei. In the real end of Game of Thrones, like the real big final conflict will be more about what happens between those main characters. Just like the way that season 1, like we started with White Walkers, this season is all about ending that thread. But the weird thing about the show is that they've been positioning Cersei as more and more of a main villain than the Night King itself, or at least as dangerous as the Night King. The Night King is just like a very visible, identifiable threat. Like all he cares about is killing life. But if Cersei goes full Mad Queen after she potentially loses her unborn child, the last thing that she cares about, the last thing that's making her sane, there's a threat that she'll do the exact same thing. Just kill everyone because I don't care about anything anymore. Everything that I had hoped for is gone. There's nothing left to live for. Who cares about anybody? So big question for you guys. Let me know in the comments, when do you think she loses that baby during season 8? Like which episode, if there are going to be 6 episodes? And do you actually think that she's going to speak the words, burn them all? That might be a little too much, maybe a little too on the nose, even though I do expect history to repeat itself just a little bit. I really hope that Naomi Watts, who's like the main female character that they just named for the prequel series, is going to be as entertaining to watch as Lena Headey has been to watch her play Cersei. We're heading into the holidays, but there are a bunch more promos that I haven't done videos for yet, so I'll do those in the next week or so. Leave all your requests in the comments below too. Congratulations, Yvette Walker, you're the giveaway winner from my last big Game of Thrones video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Click here for the Arya Stark Season 8 promo, and click here for the Bran Stark and the Jon Snow Season 8 promos. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.